Hello, everyone. Is the Prophet Michael David, aka Aries, and I hope everyone had a great New Year and a safe New Year. And so today, for the first video of this New Year, I thought I would recap all of last year or parts of last year, and then explain some fine details that I promised to do, but I didn't quite get to in the videos last year. So here we go. Okay, firstly, she wants me to throw in a screenshot of my sign, which is up. It did go up the third. I was prophetically correct because it was the first supposed to go up the first plus a couple days of the year, just because of it can fall on the weekend and everything, which it did because it was New Year's and New Year's fell on a Sunday this year. So I guessed when I talked to the account lady and she told me that there's a grace period, so it'd be like the first through the fourth, or could be any of those days. I was like, I'm gonna guess it goes up the third because she asked me, she's like, why? I'm like, well, because that's the only date that contains zero, the null set, in the first four digits, because the date is 132024. So, like I said, I'm a numbers nerd. I made her laugh. All right, and lastly, just on the sign, I assure you it's correct. And I assure you the sign is up. I will take a picture of it, but just because I have an old iPhone and everything, the process I have to go through to get pictures off my phone is stupid. But the equation itself, I assure you it's correct. It's a test. It's a quest to find me. Just as yeah, it's a quest to find this YouTube channel. All right, odds and ends. We're gonna call this like attire and colors. So today I'm wearing my black sheep suit, both in continuation. It's the same thing that I wore on New Year's Day video, my last one of last year, and also it's the one I've had it for years. I've done all my work in it, and this is like I've said before. This is how she sees me, as her little black sheep. Um, but in general, ever since the day of relevation, I actually work for the Angel of the Lord, and those team colors are red and black. So the Lord, Gaia, her team colors are green and gold, the, the second eye, and Azrael's are red and black, the third eye. And the first eye, what you guys call the third eye, is blue and white. And so those are my six colors. And I've explained why those six colors are the six colors and not like the rainbow. So, in other words, basically Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm working for the Angel of the Lord, and the team colors are red and black. So that's why if you see videos on that day, I'm usually wearing a lot of red and black. Sometimes all black, to appease the Lord. And when I'm home, I'm usually dressed like this. So there's going to be plenty of videos with me just with the black sheep suit on. But if you see videos on the weekends, what I really try to do is to wear my regular blue jeans and, my alternate Liverpool jerseys, like the greenish teal one that I wear, um, to try to represent the other colors other than just red and black. And, I got white covered, hard covered all the time. All right, next, my name. My legal given name is Michael David Harrison. And Michael David as your first two given names. Again, your last name is just your family name. Most of the time, in some way, it's either where you're from or your family's trade. Hence, Smith, Potter, Weaver, stuff like that. Harrison just means son of Harry. It's some English duke or whatever. But your given names, your first and your middle name, if some people don't have a middle name, but those names have a whole lot of power, depending on if you can harness, who you're named for. And in my case, I'm named after the Archangel Michael and King David. So it's the most messianic name you're going to find, at least in the Abrahamic religions. My claims in the East have more to do with culture and how a king or emperor acts and everything, and the divine mandate, Tian Ming. But in the West, You know, the Abrahamic religions, they have a lot to do with signs and names, and there are a whole lot of passages, not a whole lot about the Archangel Michael, but Michael is one few names that comes up in the Torah, the Quran, and the Bible. It does come up in the Old Testament. It's in Numbers. Um, but yeah, there's no. If you learn enough about Abrahamic, messianic stuff, as I have, there's no more messianic name than Michael David. Okay, now birthday and how rare it is, or the combo together. So I was born on May 11th, 1978. But my mom always told me that I was almost 2 weeks late, which in mom speak is either 13 or 12 days. And I'm pretty sure my due date was actually on April 30th, which again has a lot of, it's kind of like second tier almost, you know, speculation. But um, yeah, so my due date was April 30th. I still would have been a Taurus, but I just wouldn't have been born on May 11th, which again is the mean and average of all Mother's Days. To be born or celebrate your mother on Mother's Days, you can only be born on the 8th, the 9th, the 10th, the 14th, 13th, or 12th, or the May 11th, right in the middle. So I was born on May 11th, the mean and average of all Mother's Days. So, other than the fact that the story has a lot to do about my mother, and God is the great mother again, and Azrael is a woman as well. I mean, they can be both, but in this era, that's what they are. What is the other reason that May 11th is so significant? Well, that's because May 11th is the only date is both 36 days, always 36 days away from April 5th, which is my Aries birthday, the day I was reborn on. And April 5th is also, for the most part, or the closest you can get to, the mean and average of all Pesachs, Passovers. And then on the other side, it's always going to be 36 days away from when the prophet Tupac Amaru Shakur was born, and he was born on June 16th, 1971. If you go back to my Aries birthday and go 36 days before that, as I've said before, you hit my parents' wedding day, which is February 28th, 1976. So there's 36 days between that and April 5th, except on leap years, and then 36 days between April 5th and May 11th, my Taurus birthday, and then 36 days between my Taurus birthday and Tupac's birthday on June 16th. And then there's another birthday after that, July 22nd, that I haven't found yet. But then 36 days after that is my mom's birthday and somebody else I know. But there are these 10-36 increments, and I found 6 out of 10. So, as I've maybe stated before. So, in conclusion, also because my Aries birthday is April 5th and the spring equinox is always around March 21st or 20th, right around there. Um, and my May 11th birthday is also in the spring. And Tupac's birthday is June 16th, and the equinox for summer isn't till 4 days later. So all 3 of our birthdays are in the spring. And if you wrote them out on paper, you know, it would spell Aries, Michael, Tupac. That's AMT. That's truth in Hebrew. And yeah, so what is the actual, how rare is this combination? Well, to the best I've looked up, your chances of being named Michael are roughly around 225, and your chances of being named David or surname David are about the same. But to be the whole combination, you have to be Michael David, son of David. You can't be Michael David, son of somebody else, or Michael something else, son of David. It doesn't work. You got to be Michael David, son of David. So you got to multiply 225 times itself 3 times. And that'll get you odds of about 1 in 11.4 million, I think it is. So there are a considerable amount of people, with 8 billion people on the planet, that are named Michael David, son of David. But if you add in that you have to be born on May 11th, you have to multiply that number by 365.24 days. And Then you get a number that's 1 in 4.5 billion. There's only 8 billion people, half of them are men, which means I'm probably the only Michael David, son of David, that's born on May 11th that currently walks on the planet. I could be the only one ever as well. And even if you found another one, because it is the most messianic name, I mean, the first thing you would ask is, are you a prophet of God? And they would be like, no. But even if they said, yeah, it'd be like, next question would be, how's your geometry? And they'd be like, well, it wasn't my best, class in high school. And it's like, okay, you're still out. So it's a much rarer combination than you think. And also the geometry nerd thing. All right, I'm going to try to wrap it up here pretty soon here. But first, let me say it's good to talk to you all again after 7 days. And it's nice to do a video where there isn't such a rigid deadline mandated by God. It got stressful at the end for me. And I guess secondly, for everybody that's made it to this far in the video and everything, as always, like I said, the whole sign and everything is just like a bully pulpit so I can get somebody to stick a camera in my face so I can say the crazy things I'll tell you here in a little bit. But like, she wants me to, even with all the horrible things that are going on, she wants you guys to like work for it, not just have it like spoon fed to you and everything. So all I can say is when they do stick the cameras in my face, I'm just going to tell them the same stuff that I've told you guys on this channel this whole time. My legal given name is Michael David Harrison. I was born on May 11th, 1978. I am a Taurus. My mother was named Cheryl Ann Harrison. She was born on August 27th, 1956. She was a Virgo. My father was named David Wayne Harrison. He was born on July 27th, 1955. He was a Leo. On April 5th, 2021, I was reborn, born again, an instant after midnight, 10 to the negative 43 seconds to be exact, a Planck second. I was reborn as Aries. I am also an Aries. My messianic name is Michael ben David. That's how you properly pronounce it if you don't screw up the first part. AKA Michael, son of David. Yes, I'm a prophet, and then, move on from there. All right, signing off. As always, rule number 1, do not touch other people without their consent, AKA do not hurt each other. And rule number 2, it's all about honesty. Lies are a tick down, AKA try not to lie. All right, I'll talk to you all later.